welcome to another exciting time on Gusto News. Of course, this is Gusto TV, and my name is Ifeoluwa. Today on the news, I've got people, of course, people you want to know about here. In this news, I have Blaqbonez, I also have Wizkid and Tems, and I have Wizkid and Subaba. But before I go on, of course, I'll say thank you to you guys for all you do for us. Thank you for the likes, thank you for comment, thank you for telling people about what we do here at Gusto. And of course, if you're new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell. Yeah, somebody says you usually wait for me to say that, so yes, make sure you do so. Yeah, so starting off this news with, of course, Wizkid and Subaba in the news lately, and people have been talking about that. Wizkid, of course, at the moment is the biggest thing happening in the Nigerian music industry, both locally and internationally. And when you talk about Subaba, yeah, we know Subaba is, a legend in the music game here in Nigeria. So yes, Wizkid shared a picture on his IG story, which is a screenshot of a conversation he's having with Subaba, and of course, this has got everybody saying, "Oh, real recognize real legend," recognizing a legend, And then this conversation, you could see that Subaba was talking to Wizkid, and he went and said, "One of the greatest things to happen to any musician is to find their distinct sound. Listening to SFTOS, that sounds from the other side, and MIL, Made in Lagos album, I see you found yours. It's a beautiful thing, young done. It was all a dream," And of course, Wizkid excited about this, post this on his IG story, and he went on to say, "Wow, means a lot coming from a legend I grew up admiring. Thank you, official Subaba. This made my day." Yeah, this is, of course, it's trying to say how much Wizkid has grown over the years, and Subaba have come out, in a conversation which Wizkid has made public, and a lot of people are saying, of course, Wizkid have grown to find his, his own sound. He's not really, what he used to do before, it's different from the days of Bakurumo and all of that, all we heard in like Superstar album and Ayo, but Subaba has come out to say that listening to the albums, Sound from the Other Side and Made in Lagos, made him come to conclusion that, look, this youngster is not just a musician, it's not just an artist that is doing Afrobeat, but in between this, he has been able to find his own distinct sound, and people have come to accept him for what he is. And of course, you can see how much the Made in Lagos album has been accepted. It's still being accepted, even more than 6 months after it's been released, so many people are still listening to it. Artists have come up to say, wow, this is a classic. We see a lot of artists, both locally and internationally, still vibing to one song or the other on this album. And of course, despite the fact that a lot of people who released the album almost at the same time Made in Lagos was released, they're beginning to move on from their album. But this album is still having so much streams on different platforms, and people are still enjoying and talking about it almost more than 6 months of it being released. For trust me, Subaba is right on this one, because definitely Wizkid is not just that artist that's singing, Afrobeat king, but he is one artist that found his distinct sound, and fans have come to love him for that. Moving on to the next is still Machala. Of course, he keeps making the news as he has found his own distinct sound. What do we expect? Yeah, so this time around, it's actually himself and Tems. Because he had Essence, which is off the MIL album, and had Tems was on this one, and a lot of people are listening and enjoying it. Recently, he released a video, and that video has been doing so well on YouTube, and people are still watching it on even our terrestrial, TV. We still see it. But one thing about this is, if there's one good thing about Essence that he's done for Tems as an artist, is that there's able to export her beyond Nigeria. Seen a lot of artists outside the country listening to this song, from Rihanna to Snoop Dogg, and a handful of them. Even those who are not artists, just maybe a model, a presenter, have seen videos and making the rounds, and they're listening to this song, singing along, which means they've listened a lot, and a lot of time it's that particular side that has Tems starting up. And yeah, so to this end, Tems, in an interview lately with a podcast, yes, and the US, yes, a podcast which is on Apple, and in that interview she was asked about how much Essence has impacted her as an artist. She talked about the fact that for her, she feels she did not do enough on that, song. She wanted to do more. That after she recorded the first one and sent it over, Wizkid management said it was fine. But for her, when she listened to it again, she wanted to do it all over again because she was not impressed. She feels she could do better than that. But she said Wizkid and his management said they were comfortable with it. But for her, she still hoped, she wished she was given an opportunity to do it over again. She also talked about the fact that, she's surprised at how much the song, have gone beyond the shores of Nigeria. People beginning to, know who Tems is. Said she traveled in the US, in the UK, and she's just going, maybe in the mall or something, and she's hearing our voice. And it's like, you guys know this song, you guys listen to this song. Yeah, said, one of the things that surprised her is how much people sing along. That's to tell how much people have listened to this song and how much it has impacted her career as an artist. She's gone on to say that she was going to keep working and she's going to be bringing, more songs any moment from now, that as her fans are already beginning to clamor for another song. So yes, that's from Tems. She wished she could do more on the SS song, but of course, she did great on it, yeah. And of course, the SS has been able to push her outside to the world. Everybody now know who Tems is. And of course, she's surprised at how much people are listening to her on that song. And she's grateful for that. Next in this news is Blaqbonez. Blaqbonez is that Nigerian artist that, I'll call him a growing artist who is working really hard to make sure that, his songs become accepted by everybody. When he released, Sex Over Love album, the promotion from his hand was really crazy, reaching out to the, the big guys in the industry and saying, you know what, please support my song, please repost, videos, walking kilometers just to make sure that, his song gets to #1. And thankfully, Blink did that, got to #1 on Apple Music, and of course, he was able to get his screenshot. Well, this time around, he's talking about something that we all know in the music industry that, is becoming almost a norm, that artists are usually one artist or the other, usually, at each other's neck over, we don't know, but yes, there's always at some point there's one artist or the other who are not in good terms. Sometimes they go as far as, releasing song, dissing each other and all of that. But Blaqbonez have, a message to others in his colleague, and he says, I will never join the bandwagon to automatically hate another artist because you guys create a rivalry between them. I would tweet at any artist I want, when I want. If it's painful to you, I'm certain you did get over it. Bless. Wow, that's good. That's really good. It's good to see that especially the youngest in the industry are beginning to say, look, we're not going that route. We're going to be cool with each other, we're going to support each other. Of course, it's good for the culture, it's good for the industry, and of course, good for Afrobeat at large. We'll be able to see more people collaborate. They'll be able to, this person might be strong in this region, the other person in that region, and coming together is definitely going to be big. Yeah, so, from Blaqbonez, it feels like, look, I'm not going to join you guys to hate on somebody because there's some sort of rivalry between this and that person. He's going to support who he wants to, when he wants to, and if it's painful for you, guess what, you did move on from it someday. And of course, he said bless. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, to know that somebody is out there in the industry and just does not buy into the old back and forth we see a lot of time. Yeah, I wish him all the best in his career as well, and of course did like to see them support each other the more as they keep taking Afrobeat to the world. So this is where I'm saying goodbye on this news. If you're new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button so you get to see a whole lot of this content every now and then, and click on the notification bell so when you get it, it wouldn't be still. See you on the next one. Bye.